What do women do that men would never think about? Factoring in my period when planning events. For example, wedding day, camping trips, kayaking adventures, etc. Ugh, yes, I hate that. Mine seems to manage to appear on Christmas, my anniversary, my birthday, and any holidays we take no matter how I plan. Panic when they sneeze during their period. I have given birth to way too many jellyfish. The worst is when you don't even cough or sneeze. It just decides to slide out right when you're in conversation with someone and you have to keep a straight face. Debating the necessity of shaving my legs for specific events. Related, the number of times I've chosen to wear black tights over skin-toned ones so I don't have to shave my legs. Planning out which days to wash my hair so it aligns with my schedule. Guy with long hair reporting in, this is the only thing in this thread I can relate to. Do I wash my hair today or tomorrow before I go out? If I wash it today, put argan oil in and keep it up all day, my curls will look great tomorrow, but I risk it looking frizzy. If I wash it tomorrow, I risk it being too weighed down while I'm out. Feeling a little bit of dread when you have a DM from a stranger because you know opening it is basically disappointing penis roulette. My ex-boyfriend once told me I shower so hot because I feel homesick for hell. Thanks, hun. We use so much toilet paper, especially on our periods. When I moved in with my boyfriend, he made a comment on how quickly we were going through toilet paper. I've always made it a point to use as little as possible, but the look on his face when I reminded him that I need to use it for all of my trips to the toilet seemed like that really just never occurred to him. He's learning about living with a woman, trying to go easy on him, LOL. I'm prepared for things, have it in my purse. Spare phone charger, Fitbit charger, ibuprofen, naproxen, lactase pills, sewing kit, tampons, pens, sticky notes, battery pack, checkbook, stamps, chapstick. Some days it's just impressive and I'm like a GD Mary Poppins, y'all. And a lot of things related to grooming. The extent to which many of us deal with body hair, rough skin, hair, and skincare, makeup, nails, etc. Like it's a meme that women's bathrooms are a mess of random products. But I don't think many men actually think about the time and effort put into actually using those products. They just take it for granted that women's bodies are naturally smooth and soft and pretty. Remove hair from our belly, around our nipples, upper lip hair, not just pubic armpit leg hair. My husband and I were getting a little touchy-feely the other day in the morning, and I noticed him take a second longer glancing at my boobs, but not in a "oh yes" kind of way, but more of a WTF kind of way. Afterwards, he says, "Don't shave your nipples anymore. I'll help you tweeze them if you want." I'm still not sure how I feel about this interaction days later. Put off buying a pregnancy test when your period is too late. It's a huge roller coaster to go buy one, take it, imagine raising a child, imagine telling your partner, trying not to decide what to do with it, then getting a negative result. I've had a stern look at my whole life, reassessed our relationship, your ability to parent, my ability to parent, my finances, my ability to terminate a pregnancy, and you will never even know it happened. I make sure to never leave a drink unattended at a bar, even if it's a really uncrowded or laid-back seeming bar. It's second nature. I don't think many men think about this much. Once at a bar with my boyfriend, I got up to go to the bathroom, and when I came back, I realized he had also gone to the bathroom and left both our drinks on the table. I had to remind him to please not do that when he's out with me. Oh yeah, I've been out with the guys who gave me weird looks when I chugged my drink before going to the bathroom. They didn't understand why I wouldn't feel comfortable leaving it unattended. Also, the guys who don't understand why you can't just go for a solitary stroll after dark. I got hungry in the middle of the night, but there was no food available. My ex was like, "Just walk to the corner store," almost a kilometer away. He called me paranoid and childish for not wanting to take a midnight stroll by myself in a small town with inadequate lighting. But whenever I go out with you, I never witness you getting any harassment. Yes, that's because I'm out with a man, not by myself, dumbass. Being told how you're so small and delicate that he could just break you in half. I once had a guy actually put his hands on my neck and say, "Wow, I could probably just snap your neck." Go away. I'm assuming men don't do that to other men. Worrying about being pregnant even if you didn't have intercourse that month. Yep, pretty sure I've got Jesus in me right now. Think about how a person you're rejecting might kill you. There was a story in the news yesterday, in my area, about a woman getting stabbed by her Tinder date. The police tasered him, and getting tasered killed him. I've seen it said time and time again, men worry about their date being fat, women worry about their date trying to kill them. Since most of the more obvious ones have already been said, I'll just put this out there. I doubt very seriously my husband has or ever will Google whether his nipples will ever go back to the color they were before 2 kids. Have each other's backs, even if we don't know one another. I can't tell you the number of times my friends and I have rescued a poor girl in a bar or club from a creeper who just didn't understand the word no. All women know the help me eyes. Once seen, respond accordingly, usually with a platonic dancing to pull her away from the creepy dude and into your larger group of people until the dude has walked away. That and asking in any public restroom if someone has a tampon. We've all been unexpectedly caught without, and we'll all return the favor someday. I remember when I was 18, I ended up at a house party that I didn't want to be at, with a guy I did not want to be with. I must have walked in with that look in my eye because the hostess was by my side in seconds, taking me on a tour of the apartment and finding out what the F was going on. After explaining the series of events that had led me here, she disappeared and reappeared with some other woman. She was like, "Right, boyfriend is making talk with random guy, I called you a cab, let's go." And they formed a little semicircle around me and hid me from this guy as they ushered me out. I was near tears with gratitude and hugged her before jumping into the cab. We'll always be thankful to that woman for recognizing how uncomfortable I was. How to seem aloof enough to not attract unwanted attention, but not too angry looking, to attract a bad person looking for a reason to harass a woman. For the most part, thank you and hostess gifts. I gave a thank you present to a guy friend, and while I could tell he appreciated it, he looked at me like I had just stepped off a spaceship. Guys just aren't socialized or expected to give those kind of gifts. Talk openly about adult toys. I feel like vibrators, etc. are so much more socially acceptable than fake vaginas and dolls. I've thought about this a lot, and it's so twisted. I think it's because women aren't supposed to have a lot of partners, so sex with a toy is more excusable, whereas male toys mean they can't get a woman and thus shameful, which is also super messed up. The whole text me when you get home thing we do with our girlfriends. None of my guy friends ever ask their guy friends to do that. That and sending screenshots of the Uber or Lyft driver to your friends when you get in the car. And my girlfriends send me screenshots or contact info of their date when it's a newer person. Having to make a shower schedule. Can't wash hair every day, but need to take body showers and shave. 2 days after washing hair, do I really have to wash my hair again? I don't want to have to go through all the product steps and then blow dry and then style. Maybe I'll just go 1 more day and hide the grease. Dry shampoo for 2 more days. Wait, when was the last time I washed my hair? That's me every single week. I asked a bunch of my guy friends what's the first thing they do when they get in their car is. They answered things like, put my seatbelt on or start the car, check my mirrors, etc. I asked some of my girlfriends the same thing, and they all said lock the door without fail. In my experience, women think about safety first and everything else second. Historically, we've been through too much to think otherwise. Absolutely. A female coworker and I have the thing where we wave to each other from our cars every night to show each other that we're okay. Our 6'6", 200-pound male boss asked us about it, and he was shocked. He never had to worry about his safety. Spend a decent amount of money on Uber or Lyft in an attempt to get home safely as opposed to taking public transportation. And then you end up getting a creepy Uber driver. Having concern over being assaulted at night, in parking lots, in elevators, by acquaintances, leaving bars or restaurants, for wearing revealing clothing, or in their homes because they left a window unlocked. The list goes on. My husband will not lock our front door. We have 2 locks, and he leaves them unlocked all the time. I just can't seem to make him understand that I don't wish to be murdered in my own home. So many things, and reading others' comments is soul-touching that I'm not alone. One I haven't seen yet is how much I need to consider family planning and how it can impact my career. Several of my male colleagues have children, but my similarly aged female ones do not, because it will F up our process. Delicate expression of concerns or ideas in the workplace to fit the office politics and avoid being labeled as a bitch or bossy busybody in definite alienation, followed by a million sorries despite having done nothing wrong and just having an opinion. Protecting ourselves from sexual predators every day, holding keys between your knuckles, checking the back seat of the car before you get in, locking doors and windows, not using parking garages, etc. Hugging someone and making sure my face is up and away from them so I don't get makeup transference onto their clothing. Same for deodorant if I'm wearing a short-sleeved top. Debate if you have enough money for name-brand tampons or pads, or if you need to get the cheaper generic option. Beg teachers and bosses for a bathroom break, like I can tell my period when to show up. Hold your keys like weapons in case someone tries to assault you in a parking lot. Wonder if your bio clock is running out and deciding if you really want kids or if you're happy having money. Actively work to get over the ways we are socialized to experience attraction to certain things and repulsion from other things. Yes, we grow up being told that a tall, handsome, thin, muscular, rich prince is out there for us. But most women actually choose to grow up and stop looking for these things in a partner. It takes will and work to learn to appreciate socially undesirable characteristics as part of a whole person. When society is constantly telling you certain things, from fatness to shortness to hair loss, make someone inferior and undesirable. Yet almost every man seems to think his attraction to conventionally hot, thin, curvy, light-skinned, unblemished, not smarter than him, not more successful than him women is an unalterable product of nature, rather than a product of social conditioning and entitlement. I have seen men have the verbal equivalent of toddler meltdowns when presented with the idea that they really can choose to develop attraction to members of their preferred gender or genders based on compatibility and genuinely important characteristics. Women do it all the time. Pre-planning to avoid being home alone if we are getting a delivery, or making it seem like I am in a crowded house if I with extra precautions like having a dog and my phone with me. My boyfriend was out on the back balcony last week when a delivery man came inside unnecessarily with our food, calling me honey and sweetie. Elevator opens up directly into our apartment, and I was very rattled when boyfriend materialized a few minutes afterwards. He was sympathetic, but I could see in his eyes that he just couldn't understand in the very least how scary something like that could be. Dressing appropriately for an event. My boyfriend gets invited to a lot of social gatherings with well-known people in our community, fundraisers, galas, cocktail parties, and he never asks what the expected dress attire is. When I go to these things, the men are usually sporting jeans and a suit jacket because they don't have as many options to think about. Just basically, do they want to wear jeans or dress pants? But I have to consider an array of options and all the levels: casual, business casual, formal like homecoming or ball gown formal, cocktail dress. It feels like totally different expectations for women at the events. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, press the like button, subscribe to the channel, and women, what do you do that men would never think about?